a leader for social causes, for the good of America, and for promoting equity and fairness.
Her bravery, commitment, and heart meant everything to Coloradans, and now the public paying their respects to Pat Schroeder.
It's a mystery police want to solve. We'll tell you what Crime Stoppers is offering to find out who killed employees of the American Elm restaurant.
So I walk in and talk to the front desk and say, hey, I think I have a bike that may have entered this building.
A man has his stolen bike back thanks to a hidden device. The loss last month of legislative trailblazer Pat Schroeder was felt all across Colorado and throughout American politics. Well, today Coloradans had their chance to add their own tributes and to pay their own respects.
A public memorial was held in Denver this afternoon, and Katie Eastman takes us there.
A life is many things to different people. At the Mayan Theater, Pat Schroeder will always be their hero for helping save the building from demolition back in the 80s.
Without Pat Schroeder, the Mayan Theater would not be there. And I get very emotional. Pat was such an exceptional, extraordinary person.
To Chris Citron, Pat was an ally to her cause of historic preservation of the theater.
I have a folder called Heroes. But this is beyond, this is personal. I'm grinning like a Cheshire cat because here I am with my hero, and we're just...
Pat became so much more to her.
Lawmaker who elevated women.
And so many others.
Please welcome our governor, Jared Polis.
As the very first woman to represent Colorado in Congress, Governor Polis took notes on how to be a leader for everyone. He was a page in her office.
And she served the nation with distinction.
Representative Schroeder helped pass the Family Medical Leave Act, the Violence Against Women Act, and the Pregnancy Discrimination Act.
And she's just so extraordinary in every respect.
Chris will always talk about how the Mayan was saved.
And that was the linchpin.
But because her impact was felt in so many ways, everyone has a different story to tell about Pat Schroeder.
She was a leader for social causes, for the good of America.
Pat was also known for her witty lines that made the public pay attention. When asked how she could be a member of Congress and a mother, it was reported that she said, "I have a brain and a uterus, and I use both."
Oh yeah, she said a lot of things. She wasn't afraid to express herself. It was great. Yeah, that's so nice. And the Mayan Theater, isn't it stunning?
Oh, it absolutely is. And I had no idea that she is part of the reason it still stands today.
Yeah, well, good memories of Pat Schroeder. Thank you, Katie. The fight against the new law banning abortion reversal treatment is over after a federal judge said Colorado officials will not be enforcing it. Inglewood Medical Clinic Bella Health filed a federal lawsuit shortly after it was signed 2 weeks ago, saying they had just started an abortion reversal treatment hours before the new law was signed. A federal judge granted a temporary hold on the law. The order was due to expire tomorrow, but the judge lifted the order and said the state will be treating the law as if it was not in effect. And 2 of the 4 gun bills signed into law today are already facing their own legal action. The far-right group Rocky Mountain Gun Owners filed 2 lawsuits against Democratic Governor Jared Polis and the state over the 3-day waiting period and minimum age requirements. The group claims the 2 pieces of legislation infringe on their constitutional right to keep and bear arms. Governor Polis also signed 2 other gun bills this morning, strengthening the state's red flag law and removing legal immunity protections for gun makers. Governor Polis said the bills would make Colorado one of the 10 safest states in the country. They come as school safety remains top of mind for many.
In 118 days of 2023, the United States has had 173 mass shootings. We have to do everything we can in the state legislature to prevent gun violence.
A 5th gun bill did not make it through the state legislature this session, the one that would ban assault weapons in Colorado.
Denver mayoral candidate Kelly Brough has now added the support of Chris Hansen, one of the candidates that she beat earlier this month. Hansen made that announcement this afternoon. Brough already has the support of former Denver Mayor Wellington Webb. Her opponent in the mayoral runoff, Mike Johnston, has the backing of another former Denver Mayor Federico Pena and former mayoral candidate Leslie Herod. A reminder, we'll be airing a debate between Brough and Johnston. It's coming up on Tuesday, May 16th at 7 p.m. You can watch it on KTVD and 9 News Plus.
The search continues tonight for the suspect or suspects who shot and killed employees of a Northwest Denver restaurant this week. Officials with Metro Denver Crime Stoppers hope money will encourage more tips. The agency upped the reward for information to $5,000. American Elm employees Emerald Vaughn Daler and Ignacio Gutierrez Morales were found shot to death in the restaurant on North Raleigh and West 38th Avenue on Monday. Denver police say they believe robbery may have been the motive, but no suspects have been named. Tomorrow, a community is invited to pay their respects to Alexa Bartell, the young woman killed when someone threw a rock through a windshield last week. The family is holding a service tomorrow at Storyline Church in Arvada. That's off 64th in Indiana. It gets started at 4:30. Bartell was killed April 19th while driving on Indiana Street near Rocky Flats. Deputies arrested 3 teens accused in her murder. Family has described Bartell as an intelligent and kind-hearted soul.
Well, it remains the mystery for Avalanche fans. Where is Val Nichushkin? He has been absent since suddenly leaving the team just hours before Game 3 in Seattle. Today we got a copy of the police report detailing a strange incident at the team hotel on Saturday. About 3.5 hours before the puck dropped for Game 3, the report says team staff went to check on Nichushkin and found a heavily intoxicated woman. The report says the team's doctor called 911 after realizing the woman was too intoxicated to even take a ride share or a cab. The officer notes that there were no known connections between Nichushkin and the woman. She told another officer that she's from Russia and someone had taken her passport and that he was a bad person. Nichushkin has been absent from the team ever since. Coach Jared Bednar calls his leave a personal matter. The team has had no comment on the incident at the hotel. In Denver, it's pretty rare for someone to get a stolen bike back, but one man used technology to track his bike, and then with the help of police, they recovered it and caught the thief all within hours. Here's investigative reporter Jeremy Hahola with the rest of the story.
While he was waiting for a coffee and checking email,
My bike's in eyesight. Don't need to lock it up for now.
somebody made off with Frank Cortica's nice specialized bike.
I look up and it's gone.
What the thief didn't know was Frank hid an Apple AirTag device on the bike.
And I saw that it was still showing in the nearby area. You know, it was accurate to about, I'd say like 500 feet or so.
It's like a honing device that uses nearby cell phones to mark its location online. Frank traced his bike to a nearby apartment complex.
So I walk in and talk to the front desk and say, hey, I think I have a bike that may have entered this building.
Management pulled up video and saw a man come in with Frank's bike and ride into a specific unit.
But after reviewing additional security camera footage, they're like, you know what? This isn't an accident. Let's get the police involved. So at that point, that's when we called the police.
Frank showed police the AirTag's location and remotely made it play a sound they could hear just outside the unit. After a search warrant, Frank got his bike and the thief got arrested.
It's honestly pretty amazing that it kind of worked exactly as it was supposed to.
Frank's story is becoming more common. Headlines across the country reveal bike owners are fighting back with AirTags and getting their property back. A rare recovery, even to the surprise of the responding police, Frank says.
He's like, not only did the technology work very well, he's like, but knowing, you know, the serial number, knowing what the bike looked like, being able to track it this accurately was a major boon to recovering it.
And to give you an idea how rare it is for someone to get their bike back, 569 bikes have been reported stolen in Denver so far this year. Police have recovered 13 bikes and arrested 8 people. And police stress, never confront someone if you trace your property with an AirTag. Call police with as much information as possible to help them get your bike back. Quite a story.
Yeah, a pricey bike it looked like, and you think of all the bikes and e-bikes, they can run into the thousands of dollars. Certainly worth tracking if you have an AirTag.
Yeah, and in this case, the thief, the accused thief, was charged with felony theft because of the price of that bike, Tom.
All right, Jeremy, thanks.